Vegas Tips and Tricks video podcast number 9. Yes, we're back once again with another one of these fabulous programs. Keeping it a little shorter today, but did want to wrap up with my discussion of the Caesars Entertainment properties on the Las Vegas Strip. We talked about that last week. We're going to finish talking about it this week. A few housekeeping details. Several new subscribers again this week, so thanks for joining us here on the channel. Hope you'll enjoy what you see. And if you do enjoy tonight's show and you enjoyed last week's program, I am also doing a blog entry on my favorite Caesars properties. I will rank them 1 to 8 using a complex, very technical rating system, which I will summarize briefly. So you'll want to check that out at vegastipstricks.com/blogs, or just go to vegastipstricks.com and there's a link right on the front page. So anyway, that's short and sweet what's been going on. And now let's talk about the rest of the Caesars hotels. You'll recall last week we summarized Caesars Palace, the hotel I love to love and love to hate sometimes. Bally's, that terrific value property right there on the corner of Flamingo and the Las Vegas Strip. And also Planet Hollywood, which for me is one of my favorite places to just stay, hang out, eat, everything. So that leaves us with 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional Caesars properties that we're going to summarize briefly here tonight. Give you a few of my impressions, and let you know. Let me just make the one point here, and with the follow-up on the blog entry. Regardless of what I say about any of these properties, I would gladly stay there again. There were a couple of glitches here and there at some of the locations. Some of the rooms are not as exciting as others. Maybe the location wasn't what I wanted, or just didn't feel like my kind of place, but I generally had a good experience at all of these hotels. And one of my favorite experiences was at the Cromwell. If you haven't been to Las Vegas in a number of years, you may remember the old Barbary Coast, and after that, Bill's Gambling Hall and Saloon. Well, Caesars purchased that property, completely gutted it out, remodeled everything, and that is the Cromwell now, which they're marketing as a kind of boutique hotel right on the Las Vegas Strip. And much like Bally's, this is a great location, and in some ways an even better location than any of the other Caesars properties because it's such a small hotel. There's only 4 floors in the entire place, a few hundred rooms. You get a much better sort of personalized service, and it takes you a minute or two to walk from your room to the street. Try that at Caesars, try that at Bellagio, hey, try that at Bally's. You're going to be doing a lot more hiking than that. So it's just great to be able to get back and forth from your room that easily. Very nice room, kind of a different feel than most of the other Caesars properties, but the only complaint I would have about the room, it's a little dark, but so it's a really nice place. The thing is, it's kind of overpriced. It's being clearly marketed to a certain demographic, and that demographic is supposed to be able to afford to pay for these rooms. So if you can get a good deal at the Cromwell, I recommend it. One other thing you may want to look out for is the party crowd, particularly there on the weekends. Late night, the booming noise can be a distraction and probably worse for some people. So Cromwell, great place to stay, great location. Love it, but wouldn't probably make my top of the list for the reasons that I mentioned. And right next door to the Cromwell is the fabulous Flamingo. I have had very mixed feelings about the Flamingo over the years. It's the first hotel I ever stayed at in Las Vegas, and it was fine. I didn't know any better. It was perfectly good at the time. I did not stay there again for 20 some odd years, but I did stay there again on my last trip. I'm sure you saw the room video if you've been subscribing for a while. And you know, I had kind of mixed feelings about the rooms. They are doing some major remodeling there. There are new, fully remodeled rooms, which they just call the Flamingo rooms. And from what I've seen, they're very nice. But there are quite a few rooms in their room inventory that are a little bit worn around the edges. And that's something to keep in mind if you decide to stay there. Also, the selection of restaurants and food on site is a little bit shaky. The buffet is fine if you just want to go down and have breakfast. It's got a great view of the wildlife area, you know, between the hotel and the pool, where you can see real pink flamingos, which is kind of cool. There's a steakhouse, there's a food court, there's a Mexican place, and almost none of these places get any kind of positive press. It's just not a great place to eat. So you are right next to the Link Promenade, which gives you access to a lot of restaurants there, but that is one thing that I did not particularly like about the Flamingo. The thing I do like about the Flamingo is the casino. And I don't know whether it's just me, but I've had pretty good luck at the casino at the Flamingo. I find it a fun place to play, pretty good drink service. Like I said, always seem to do pretty well on the slot machines there, which is unusual because normally, well, I don't. So it's a fun place. It's, like I said, a little worn around the edges. Not, you know, this is a budget property. That's the way it's sold, and if you take it that way, it does have a very nice pool, particularly for the price you're paying. So a few things to keep in mind about the Flamingo. And just one thing to keep in mind about me, I'm going to take a quick drink here. Some people would cut this out, but not me. This is live activity. As you continue north on the Las Vegas Strip, you then come across Harrah's. And I always consider Harrah's, the hotel, the casino, the whole place to just be this kind of middle of the road, middle class, kind of basic Las Vegas casino. There is nothing particularly fancy here. The rooms are fine. The casino is fine. There's some decent restaurants. There the number of shows on premises. I saw the Matt King show, which I thought was surprisingly good. I had absolutely no expectations, and it was very good. The Carnival Court bar right outside of Harrah's is a fun place to hang out. The piano bar inside of Harrah's is a fun place to hang out, particularly if you like the dueling pianos or like to do a little karaoke now and then. So, I mean, it's a perfectly fine hotel. Again, it's a budget property. And, you know, you do to some degree get what you pay for. But just as the Flamingo and Cromwell, and we'll talk about the Link next, just as those properties are, you know, in a great location for moving back and forth, going from casino to casino, Harrah's is the same way. So, again, I can recommend the place. It's perfectly fine unless you're looking for something a little bit fancier. And let's take a trip a little bit further south on the Strip to talk about a place that is a little bit fancier, and that is the Paris Hotel and Casino. It's located right next to Bally's. There's an interior walkway that you can get from one to the other, and it's also right next door to Planet Hollywood. And it is a very nice hotel. I would say outside of Caesar's Palace, just overall the feel of the property, the feel of the rooms, the corridors, just the service there, it just feels kind of a step above most of the other Caesar's properties. So if that's important to you, and I think that is important to most people, Paris is a really good choice. There are a lot of food options on site, from, you know, a little place where you can get a slice of pizza to the Eiffel Tower restaurant that you can look out over the Strip and have a great view and a great meal. The sort of semi-world famous Mon Ami Gabi, because there's actually a little outdoor patio where you can sit and enjoy your breakfast or lunch or dinner, and again, enjoy a great view of the Strip. It's also a very heavily themed casino, which is unusual anymore. It still maintains a good percentage of that French feel down, particularly if you go to the buffet. There are actually like little rooms that are kind of like cottages in the countryside. So it's a fun place. It's got a fun vibe. I'm mixed on the casino. Not my favorite place to gamble, but it's all right. You know, the casino bars are pretty good. It's a good place to stay. Generally speaking, outside of Caesars and Cromwell, this will probably be the most expensive of the Caesars properties if you're just looking at a room calendar. But, you know, again, if you're looking for something a little nicer, it's worth it. I would recommend trying to get one of the newly remodeled Burgundy rooms. They are very nice, and of course, as is the case with all of the hotels that I'm reviewing, if you look down this page, you'll see a room video from that hotel as well. And you know, at that time, again, very pleased with it. So, the final hotel in the Caesars chain, other than the Rio, which we talked about a little bit last time, but that's not on the Strip, so is the Link, which used to be the Imperial Palace, and then the Quad. And I was never a fan of the Imperial Palace. Some people were. I just didn't enjoy it all. And amazingly enough, I do enjoy the Link. I will say the casino is rather small. The rooms are rather small because they didn't tear the place down. They built on the existing property and remodeled it and reshuffled it to make it nicer. I like the design, the style of the rooms. They're pretty functional. Big complaint here is the elevators are too slow. I didn't really experience that. You know, maybe I just came and went at the right time of day, but I did not find that to be a huge problem. The property kind of stretches along, it's sort of long and narrow. There are some interesting restaurant options here, including the fabulous Guy Fieri's place, a hash house, a go-go, and of course the Link is located right alongside the Link Promenade, which is one of my favorite places to spend some time out of doors when I'm in Las Vegas. So you've got lots of entertainment, food, and drink options right next door. So, big fan of the Link, although unlike the Flamingo in recent visits, I have not had a great deal of luck in their casinos. So that's a summary of each of the Caesars properties, and again, I will probably repeat my stays at a few of these hotels within the next year or two because I enjoyed them very much. I'll probably go back to Planet Hollywood. I'll probably go back to Bally's. I might try the Flamingo again if I can get one of the new remodeled rooms. I might try the Link again. The other hotels, it'll just depend upon whether or not, you know, it's a free room and it just feels right. But so anyway, let me know what you think about the Caesars properties on the Strip. Your opinion, what's your favorite one? Again, check out the blog. I'll tell you what my favorite is. You may already have some ideas on that. But and let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. We'll talk about some of the properties. Perhaps we could do a series on MGM, the M Life properties. I'm not as familiar with those properties, but you know, I've done some research, so let me know if that's something that would interest you. Once again, I want to thank every one of you for sitting through this. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be back next time, and that will be our special number 10 video podcast. How about that? So, thanks for watching. Have a great week. Have a lucky day.